Back in the 1930s, my grandfather had 6 children and obviously was married. He went in for surgery and he was coming out. They were wheeling him out from the hospital, like to leave the hospital. And all of a sudden he told my grandmother that he wasn't feeling well. And what ended up happening is he had a blood clot that went into his heart. And he passed away suddenly, wasn't expected. So now back in the 1930s was my grandmother with 6 kids and no money to take care of themselves. So the 2 eldest sons, my uncles, had to drop out of school to take over the family business. Very rough on the entire family, financially, the loss as well. And I just heard stories growing up of what life is like when you're not prepared for the unexpected. So during my career, I originally started off in banking, but I wanted to get more involved in helping individuals than doing the corporate banking thing. So this led to my calling, and I know it sounds corny, but to go into the life insurance industry, just so I can, help prepare families for the unexpected and making sure that at the very least financially that they could not only survive, but they can thrive as well.
Yeah, understood. Yeah, that's very good. And I know to what I was saying earlier, why do you think that, again, because I waited for the longest time to implement some sort of like tax strategy in my business as well. And to the fact of what I was saying earlier, I've always wanted to play offense, right? What's your thought about the offense and defense play that business owners kind of have that dilemma all the time? And I'm sure I'm not the only one that thinks like that. What's your opinion on that?
Well, business owners are used to hustling and, like you mentioned, always on offense. Yeah. I like to use an analogy of mountain climbing.
Okay.
So when you're mountain climbing, what's the objective?
Get out the top of the mountain.
Okay. That's only half the story though. When you're mountain climbing, the objective is not only to get to the top, but to be able to come down safely. Yeah. And what most business owners don't plan for is, how do I come down? How do I sell my business? How do I transfer my business to my kids? How do I distribute the wealth from my business to my children or, to another family member? Even retirement planning for the general population, they're all focused on RSPs, rate of return, fees, all things like that. But the purpose of retirement planning is to generate a retirement income. It's not meant to be $1 million in your RSP, as an example. It's meant to have the winner of the game is the one who generates the highest retirement income, not the one who builds the pile up the money the most.
That's so good.
Yeah. And business owners tend to take that same approach. They're so focused on building is that if they don't plan early enough, they're not going to be able to take out as much as they wish to do. And that's what they're working for, is that at the end of the day, that they and their family have enough money to live off from, even being at retirement, to do the things that they want to do that they work so hard for.
That's so good. I've never thought about it this way, right? It's not about getting to the top. It's about also finding a way to make sure you come down, right? Because you're not just going to be at the top for the rest of your life. You're going to want to enjoy whatever you've built. And you're saying that the earlier you start, the better in that sense?
The earlier you start your betting, just from a time value point of money, it works the same way. Because just to use RSP as an example, because most people understand RSPs.
Yeah.
You can have $1 million in your RSP.
Yeah.
I can have 750,000, but because of the way I'm set up, I can generate a higher retirement income of 750 than you can at $1 million. Now, you don't understand how that can be possible, but that's what I share with my clients on how to do those types of things.
That's really good. Do you have a couple myths you want to bust out that you think a lot of business owners think about either planning corporate money saving taxes. What would be those myths if you were to bust out a couple of those?
I think I touched on a couple of them. Keeping money in the business. Okay, you're losing 50% to tax because it's passive income, and if you do really well on passive income, you're going to reduce your small business tax. So keeping money in the business without trying to tax shelter.
That's such a big one.
That's a huge one. The salary versus dividends. They've heard, from the past, just do dividends. You're hurting yourself from a retirement planning point of view, and you're taking one of the options off the table to really reduce your corporate taxes by not having room to create an individual pension fund.
Yeah, that's really good. And I know that you're meeting quite a lot of business owners on a weekly basis, if not daily basis. What's the percentage of them that don't have that types of structure in place to protect themselves from taxes and also from unexpected events? What would you say is the percentage of people that has it or don't have it? And perhaps even people that have it, but maybe not set up properly?
Well, I wouldn't even say percentage. So I've been doing this since April 1991. And I think in all that time, so it's 34 years?
34 years,
I've met 5 people that were set up perfectly, that there was nothing that I could add. There's 5 people in almost 35 years that were set up perfectly.
That's crazy. Why is that the case?
Part of it is lack of knowledge. Part of it is they don't care. Part of it is they're working with accountants that are really bookkeepers, but they're not planning or they're not giving the proper advice. And it's the old head in the sand. If I don't worry about it, I pretend it's not there, it's not going to be an issue.